A long time ago, well, maybe, I don't know, about a year or two ago, but some time ago, I did a positive review about Smoke's Poutinerie in London, Ontario, while I'm back to do a negative review about Smoke's Poutinerie at 551 Richmond Street in London, Ontario, Canada. Smoke's Poutinerie, they're on a downward spiral. Their prices have gone up substantially. Like, I know that wages have gone up during that time, but still, in my opinion, I'd say they've increased prices more than they should have. It seems like their quantities have gotten smaller, like at least for the snack size and the meal size from Smoke's Poutinerie. Their poutines don't taste as good. And not only that, I was there tonight. I went there, well, last night. I went there Saturday night on Saturday, what was that? May 23rd. I would say between 7:30 and 8 p.m. There was an East Indian guy working there by himself, or he appeared to be by himself. I'd say this guy was probably in his 20s. Well, for starters, you know what, Smoke's Poutinerie? Hire someone that can speak English properly. Because I was asking the guy some questions. Well, first of all, they were out of a whole bunch of. Well, okay, I'll get to that in a second, but I was asking the guy a question, and I could barely understand what the hell he was saying. Like, I had to ask him to repeat himself, and even when he repeated himself, I still couldn't had a very hard time understanding what he was saying. So, for starters, hire someone that can speak proper English, for fuck's sake. And then, on top of that all, they were out of a bunch of stuff. They were out of, like the jerk chicken poutine. I have that pretty often. They didn't have that. There was another poutine they had. I think it was a barbecue steak and mushroom poutine that they have actually advertised up on their menu board. They didn't have that. But he went on to say that they're out of a bunch of different poutines. So, which poutine? I can't even remember which poutine I got, or what it's called. I mean, it was okay and all that, but it just wasn't as good as previous poutines I used to get from Smoke's Poutinerie. Like, they used to be much better than they are now. Like, they're really starting to suck. And then on top of that, their customer service I got from this guy, besides him being really shitty at speaking English, he wouldn't even let me use the washroom. Like, there were two previous people that walked in. First of all, the two washrooms at the front, they had an out of service sign on one of the washrooms, and the other one, I tugged at the door handle, it was locked. And there were two people that walked in. This man that looked to be in his 30s, along with his daughter, they walked in. And both of them went behind the counter and they grabbed the key and used the washroom there. And I said to him, I asked him if he had hand sanitizer, but he took a very quick look around and 2 seconds later told me no, that he doesn't. So I asked if I could use the washroom. And he said no. And I said, well, why'd you let those other two people use the washroom? Well, so this fucking retard proceeded to tell me that, oh, that guy that just came to use the washroom, he used to work here. So it was just him and his daughter that used the washroom. I mean, that's one of the things that pisses me off with this fucking lockdown is that I can understand a lot of places having to close down for not being essential services, but the least that these essential services could do is let people use their fucking washrooms. Because I know that I've used the washroom at that Smokes Poutinerie location before, and all of a sudden they don't have any fucking public washrooms, which I think is bullshit. Anyways, yeah, Smokes Poutinerie is starting to suck. And that's my review of them.